Howdy folks, for today's video I just wanted to do a quick channel status update. I know some of you are like, hey, Taco's been slacking, he hasn't posted videos for like a month or so, and it's not entirely true. So a while back I did a video just of a prototype steel mold from NOE, and that one, of course, got deleted and they gave me a channel strike, and then they gave me a channel strike for another video, but it was an older video, and deleted that one also. So I had a period of time, about like a month or so, where I could not upload any videos, and I didn't really feel like uploading them to my second channel either. I just kind of felt like saying screw you, YouTube, and so I didn't post anything. I've been posting some short video clips like reels on Instagram, and I've just been focusing on projects. And so for this video I just wanted to maybe give you heads up of some of the projects I've been working on and some of the stuff that I am going to be working on this summer and this year, and hopefully I'll have videos of that. I've also been exploring new video hosting options. I know I've backed up my videos to various video platforms, and some of them are better than others, but there's a new one I'm exploring. It's called Utreon. I guess it's like kind of like a combination of Patreon and YouTube, so they do their video hosting as well as like platform supporting stuff all in one platform. And I think they are more, let's say, maybe not freedom oriented, but freedom of speech. At least they don't have all the same censorship that YouTube has. So I've been exploring that, as well as Rumble. I've been slowly, I know, just kind of slacking, but I've been slowly uploading my casting videos to Rumble, and the current YouTube channel, that's minus about 45 videos or so of my best casting ones and ammo making ones. Those have been backed up and put on Utreon. So I don't know if you guys can take a look at both of those platforms, Rumble and Utreon, and just tell me what you think of them and where you'd rather me focus my content uploading to. I've thought about doing the little, like heads up videos on the YouTube channel and say, hey, I just did a video where I show how to do some casting, or I did a cool zinc casting video, check it out here, and send it to Rumble or Utreon or something. But give me your feedback in the comments. YouTube's been deleting a lot of the casting channels and reloading channels, and a lot of videos being deleted. So because of the censorship, then I want to be able to focus on a different platform, because the videos I like to make the most are not gun review ones or ammo reviews, but it's actually showing how to do cool stuff, building guns, building ammo, whatever, new bullet designs. I like to do that kind of stuff a little bit more. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think and what you would prefer, and I do read all those comments. I don't always respond to each comment, but and some of them are kind of dumb, so that's why they don't get a response. But I try to respond to all the good comments. So here's what I've been working on and what I have lined up for the next little while, and whether it's on YouTube or not, I don't know. Oh, and also, so I currently have 2 channel strikes, so if they give me another channel strike, they'll delete my channel. So for what that's worth, whatever. But I do have I think it's Full.Lead.Taco 2, and if they were to delete my channel, I can go ahead and post there that the channel's been deleted and whatnot. So, alright. So I've been doing a lot of reloading, a lot of casting, and I've been experimenting with zinc casting. And this is one of my 308 zinc rounds, and it's with a, what would normally be a 220-ish grain 300 blackout bullet in cast lead, but this one is made out of zinc and it comes out to be about 137 grains. So the interesting thing about zinc is it's a lot lighter weight for the same, you know, volume. So normally 220-ish in zinc, well, in lead, and then in zinc it's 137. So I want to do some testing with this, and I've done a lot of research, reading of, you know, pros and cons of zinc bullets, and there's a whole lot of guessing. People saying, oh, it's corrosive, it's gonna damage your barrel, and then other people saying, no, it'll put a nice, like, zinc is kind of self-lubricating, so it'll put a nice kind of lubricant lining in your barrel, and you can, you know, whatever. So one says it's gonna corrode out your barrel, the other says it's going to do the opposite, and then, you know, other things. Oh, it's too hard. Well, how hard is copper? We have copper bullets, etc., etc. So I just want to test them and see if I could run them at full power or higher velocities than lead without damaging the barrels and stuff. And I didn't want to test, you know, the zinc stuff in one of my nicer guns. So for the testing, I ended up picking up I got a Bear Creek Arsenal side charger, and I got, this one is in 5.56, and it's kind of cool. It's I actually really like the side charger design. It is reciprocating, but it's reciprocating in an AK as well. And this one is shaped and in almost the same position as an AK, and I really do like AKs. So this, it feels great. I got this whole rifle, the complete rifle, even the lower and everything. It was 350 bucks. So makes for a great test gun, assuming that it works. So I'll probably shoot some regular, you know, copper jacketed rounds first, just to make sure they chamber fire and cycle. And then when I get the availability of a 223 iron or steel mold, then I can cast some in zinc and then do some, you know, real testing and just shoot the crap out of this gun and see if the barrel, you know, what it does to the barrel. And I have an upper from Bear Creek Arsenal in 300 blackout, as well as this. This is an AR-10, and I got this one for 660 bucks ish from Bear Creek, and it doesn't have some of the niceties as some of the other guns. And I will say right away I upgraded the stock to use one of my favorite stocks, the Magpul UBR Gen 2. And this stock isn't normally it's not very inexpensive. It's not cheap. It's kind of more on the expensive side. But the cool thing about this one is that the cheek piece stays put, and you can adjust the length of pull in the back. And it's very sturdy. It doesn't have a ton of wiggle to it or anything. So it locks up nice. It can extend. And so I put that in on this gun because if I'm going to be shooting thousands of zinc rounds through it, I want it to be fun and enjoyable to shoot. And then I threw one of the B5 Systems grips on. It's a little bit more vertical and it has some grippy texture to it. And the other thing I threw on here is a Chimney Trigger that I had sitting. So I had this one, the stock, and the Chimney Trigger sitting in my AR parts bin for a future build, but I decided to just go ahead and start using it now. And then I just threw on an Athlon Argos BTR Gen 2, which is, it'll give me some, it's not the greatest glass, but for the $1, it's really good. And the features for the $1 make it a really nice scope. So I figure on a cheap gun, put a decent scope on. But yeah, so I hope to be able to do some AR-10 testing with zinc rounds. I might shoot it through. I might shoot a few through my 308 Hog Hunter, the Savage, but that is it's one of my favorite 308 bolt action rifles right now, just because it's a shorter barrel and threaded, and I have it in a chassis. And so if the zinc does, you know, do something to mess up the barrel, I don't want to put too many rounds through it, but I do want to, you know, test it a little bit just for accuracy and other things. In case this isn't the most accurate gun, at least I could get some accuracy readings with a gun that I know does shoot well. So there, you know, people who have been watching like my Instagram reels and stuff, one of the newer ones I did, and I did this on the Georgia Shooters Connection live chat, but I was showing how I took just this little channel lock, you know, adjustable crescent wrench that's very narrow, and it opens up pretty wide. So I took one of these and converted it to this, and this is a now it is an adjustable crow's foot wrench that has the place for a socket, so you can stick a what do you call it, a torque wrench in this and use it to tighten your barrel nuts and torque it down to spec. And you have the adjustability, so it's kind of like a universal AR barrel nut wrench for the ones that have flats. And the reason I got the narrow one is because a lot of times the flats are skinnier. And so anyways, got this made. I'll maybe throw some video footage. Maybe I'll do a quick video on this and why I built it and stuff. Separate video. I think that's okay for YouTube. But yeah. And I also picked up a couple of new guns on the podcast that I do or participate in. I was talking about how for this year I was kind of in the mood to get a 308 battle rifle, and I actually ended up getting one, and the one I chose is the PTR 91. And so I got this rifle. It's new, got a new barrel and everything. I got some old magazines, and the old mags, some of them I bought them in bulk, and some of them showed up packaged and they looked like almost brand new, but I know that they're all, you know, older mags but surplus mags. And so some of them looked really good, like brand new, and then others looked like they had barely survived the apocalypse and had lots of rust and other stuff and corrosion. So I wanted to maybe do a video on those magazines and show a little bit of how I've been cleaning them up and then function test them and stuff. So that this gun's kind of cool. It doesn't have the best trigger, but maybe I'll do a short, you know, gun review on that at some point. And when I was searching for the 308 battle rifles, I came across a gun that I don't know how I hadn't heard about it, but it is the brother to this, or sister, and it's called the PTR 32. And if you look, it looks exactly the same as the one I was just holding, except this one is chambered in 7.62 by 39, and it takes AK mags, and it rocks them in just like an AK, and then you have the bag release down there. So this gun is, I kind of just wanted another gun that was chambered in 7.62 by 39, you know, to share the same round as my AK, and you know, just wanted something different. And this one fit the bill. Actually, it was kind of expensive, but it checked all the check boxes. It was different, unique, and shoots to 7.62 by 39, and it does so pretty accurately. So I should do a video on this and show like that maybe the accuracy differences between an AK and the PTR 32. But this gun is a little bit harder to find. I don't know how many they made or whatever, but if you look online, they're pretty much sold out in most places. And the ones that are not sold out they're over $1,200, which is, seems like something like this should be more like $800 or so. But the times right now everything's kind of weird price-wise. Even food and gas are going way high. So, and then the other thing I was gonna mention, it's like a little show and tell, but this is one of my Swedish Mausers, and this one, it had a split stock right there. I'm gonna poke my TV, and so that piece was totally separated, and I had attempted to fix it with some Acroglass epoxy, and I don't know if my stuff was I don't know. It didn't turn out good. It didn't cure fully, so it was a little bit soft, and it came back apart. So I took it to my gunsmith buddy, Jean Tessier, and he put a couple dowels in it from the bottom and re-epoxied it the correct way, and you know, just fixed it up, made it look pretty nice. And then he put, this receiver was already drilled and tapped, and so he put a rail on there for me, and I just threw it on a scope for that. And it is, this gun was threaded with the old threading for the little bullet shredders for using the wood bullets, and so I actually had this the barrel rethreaded to something useful for me, which was 1/2 by 28. And so I am going to put a suppressor on here, and with the scope and rail I will be trying to shoot this suppressed and maybe shoot it at some distance, you know, take it out a little bit farther and see how it does. But you know, when I bought this, it was I got it cheap off of Classic Firearms. It was a cracked stock, you know, it was a crack stock and what else? Oh, drilled and tapped receivers. So I think I got it for maybe like, I don't know, $250 or so. And the barrel's great, and you know, I figured I would try to modify it to how I want it to be while still keeping it a little bit classy, you know. But the collector value is pretty much ruined when, you know, with the crack stock and the drilled and tapped receiver. So I figured I would customize it to how I want it, and then shoot it a lot and enjoy it, and have something unique too with the, you know, this one's a Model 38, but having a suppressed Swedish Mauser, I don't know how many of those are in existence, and I haven't seen very many. Well, I haven't seen any myself, like on YouTube or anything, so I figured I would do it. Now, I think that, I mean, I've done all this ammo making, like casting and reloading and shooting, but haven't been showing any of it because I've been unable to upload. But I hope to have some more of that kind of content in the future also. It will probably be hosted elsewhere, and then just like a heads up video on YouTube to show you where to go to see it. But kind of tired of YouTube's politics of deleting videos that are totally legal and safe. And you know, me as a person, as a reloader and caster, I try to teach how to do things safely to help protect, you know, the gun community from getting hurt, and you know, and share my findings when I do some experiments. But that doesn't matter to them. I think they just want us gone. But all that aside, I am grateful for a new year, and I am excited to do some shooting and reloading and some fun stuff this year. So I hope to be able to share some of that with you guys in the future. And yeah, stay tuned, and thanks for watching and subscribing and supporting my channel. Catch you later.